Alright, hi Gemini, and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. If you're already familiar with this space, then you already know what to expect, so welcome back. But if you are new to this channel, then welcome in. We are here to embrace you with love and acceptance, so feel free to come in as you are, wherever you are energetically, be it positive, negative, or neutral, or curious. It really doesn't matter so long as you leave better than you came, okay? Like this video, subscribe, but also turn on the bell notification so you're made aware as soon as I upload. Whoa, a reading. Interesting. So I'm not going to take these cards, but I'm going to tell you what they are. The Page of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Five of Swords came out all in reverse. Let's hope I put these cards back right. But the Page of Cups and the Five of Swords was in Cancer's reading, so you might be dealing with a Cancer. But what I wanted to say was I saw a dragon at the bottom of my teacup today when I was drinking my hibiscus and foti tea blend, which is interesting because I know that we are in a rat year. We're in the rat race. But I might be speaking specifically to somebody that was born in the year of the dragon for the Chinese New Year. So you might want to look into that. You might really love dragons. It can be something as minuscule as that, but definitely look into it. Maybe you guys at this time, it can be an attitude issue that you're having with somebody that you're connecting with, but let's dig deeper and really figure it out. I don't want to make any assumptions here. Well, look at that. You have the Ten of Swords that came out, followed by the Seven of Wands, so kind of like that fire-breathing dragon energy. I know that in this deck specifically, it's the Five of Wands, so I wonder if that card is going to flip out for you guys. Oh, okay, so after the Seven of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune that came out almost horizontally laid. So there's something that is really out of your hands at this time. Oh. Somebody that you maybe feel is out of reach or out of your league to some capacity. You have the Queen of Wands that came out, or just really hard to control. You have the High Priestess. Yeah. Or maybe you're having to come to grips with a certain relationship that has ended. Wow. Gemini. You have the Ace of Swords and the Death card that flipped over. And then bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant. What is this? I'm hearing mixed messages. Definitely getting mixed signals here with this spread. It's like 1 minute you really have the desire to fight for the relationship, or the other person does, and then the next minute they turn cold and they could really give a damn, for lack of a better word, what it is that you have going on or how you feel about the situation in particular, because they just want to do their own thing and they much rather be single because they like the freedom, they like the space, and not having to answer to anybody with this Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant energy. King of Cups is behind that, which sometimes comes off as somebody that's emotionally unavailable, but will play on somebody's sympathies just to know that they have somebody to call on should they ever need it. You know what I mean? And it's usually somebody that they know has a soft spot in their heart for them. So this can be you that's doing that with somebody, or somebody's doing that to you because they know that if they ever fall on hard times, you will be there to lift them up or help them. But if you know that that is the case, Gemini, let's say that somebody's trying to do that with you, then now is the time for you to really develop some firm boundaries, okay? And not pick up the phone, all right? Because unless you're this person's parent, and even in that case, at some point, you have to let them fall on their bottom, because that's the only way that they will learn. Apparently, that type of person is like a hands-on visual learner. So your absence is going to have to really be the catalyst of what wakes this person up to realize that they can't keep treating you just any old kind of way. Now, if this is not you, again, this can be vice versa energy. But yeah, I was playing a game actually with my sister and her husband the other day. And one of the questions was, well, actually, I can't remember what the full question was. It was something similar to like, apart from death, which is the deadliest? It was something like that. I forget the question now. But my answer was silence, right? They had to guess what I would think would be the deadliest thing. And I'm definitely seeing that some of you guys are going silent, or the other person has gone silent. And there's nothing truer than that. You can tell somebody cares by how frustrated they get, or how hard they try to fix the situation whenever there is a problem. You know? Again, you can tell somebody cares whenever you call them and they show up and they're there for you, even if you don't reciprocate. You can tell somebody cares by just how much of a reaction you get out of them. Do they cry when they're upset with you? You know? Do they yell or scream when they're upset with you? Are they always just trying to, I don't want to say pester you, but are they always nagging you in a sense? You know? That's how you can tell somebody cares, because it's like they just want to see the relationship move somewhere. They just want to see it enhance in some way, you know? They are just tired of repeating themselves. But when you get to that point where the person just doesn't care anymore and they just stop talking, they stop returning calls, they take a longer period of time to respond to text messages, then you know that you're in trouble. Then you kind of know, like, okay, like, I don't think this person is interested, you know? You could definitely tell when somebody loses interest. So are you guys smart enough to realize that you have potentially lost interest in a certain connection that may have just been based on physical attraction or that sexual chemistry that you guys may have together? Because Wands is, again, action-oriented energy. But are you man enough or woman enough to let these people know what it is up front? Or do you just kind of string them along and wait for them to catch feelings? And then once they catch feelings, then it's kind of like you try to find any reason to provoke the situation to get them to hopefully break up with you, so then you don't have to break their hearts. You know, and it's going out of your way to create unnecessary drama in that sense, just because you might be a commitment phobe, right? You might just fear commitment. It may not be something that you saw as a model or as an example growing up, and so you don't really know what you're doing. But that's the thing, nobody really knows, right? Even the most well-composed, poised person, on the inside, internally, they're like doubling over in fear, you know? Because there's just so much that is out of our control. We can only do the best that we can, but also with all of the resources that are available, you know, with social media that we have, just the internet altogether, and the search engines, Google, whatever your thing is, Bing, Yahoo. There are so many ways for you to kind of figure out and find those mentors that are in alignment with you and your values and the way that you think and perceive things, that can also help you to be a better person too, right? So there are just other ways to go about acquiring knowledge if you feel like you're not well versed in this sector, right? In your love life and or your romantic life. They don't always have to be people that you physically know that can serve as role models for you here. So don't let things that you were void of in your childhood be a crutch, right? Or something that you continually use as an excuse to get out of having to be accountable or be responsible or mature, you know? So that's just my little tidbit on this relationship here. Some of you guys are going to be getting into a relationship unexpectedly though. And it's with somebody that compliments you well, right? Because you have the King of Cups that came up here. But you have the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess here. So, and I see them kind of as one and the same because their hairstyle looks the same, even though in the Mythic Tarot deck, these two women are completely different women. Their backstory. I see them as the same here. So you can be the one that's just highly competitive, like in a workplace environment, you know, highly competitive and ambitious, argumentative, confrontational, if you will, but it's like not in a toxic way. For those of you that are like single and you've really been doing the work on yourself, it's like you have figured out how to refine certain things about your persona that makes you shine more. So can be very charming and or endearing here. I definitely get captivating as an adjective to describe. Super enchanting. But again, just as a person, just very loud and boisterous and highly opinionated here. Well, the King of Cups is a different type of energy. The King of Cups is a little bit more sweet, you know, more receptive and or understanding. So you guys, you have the gift of gab. You love talking. Well, your counterpart, you would get annoyed with somebody that would over talk you, right? Or that would cut you off in conversation. This isn't that person. This is the person that wants to listen to what it is that you have to say, good, bad, or otherwise, you know, is just very highly supportive and sweet. And yes, you like physical touch, but this person likes intimacy, so it's different. So like, whereas you might be more so into just the act of sex itself, this person is more into the foreplay, you know, setting the mood with getting the right music. Sorry, these cards fell. You know, finding the right music or the playlist, putting on like a nice little negligee, whatever, what have you. This is the person that is going to be a romantic in a different way than how you are and how you show it, right? This person is very soft. I don't know how delicate. There we go. So a little bit more sensitive than maybe you guys are. So it's that type of compliment. That's what you can be expecting, or who you can expect to partner with. Very different from you. I feel like they differ from your usual type, right? So just have an open mind with this Nine of Pentacles and the Hierophant, because I feel like they will pleasantly surprise you. So long as you don't see this as a too good to be true situation, and again, figure out a way to sabotage the relationship before it even has a chance to start, right? Trying to find just any little flaw, either of yourself or the other person, to make it seem like it's not going to work, when it could be the best relationship you've ever had, okay? So just be very careful of that. Spirituality looks good. I feel like a lot of you guys, your mind right now is very sharp. You're very witty. Your ability to improvise, there we go, is at an all-time high right now. Be very careful. Again, as I'm telling everybody, I'm warning everybody, Mercury is getting ready to station retrograde. So things can be getting lost in translation. And for you guys, because you talk so much, and I'm sure, Geminis, you can talk faster than most other people, speak a little slower at this time, right? Take your time with getting your point across so that it can be understood. Keep things very simple, because you guys are very knowledgeable here. You guys might enjoy reading through the dictionary as a pastime, but just dumb things down just a little bit as we go through this period. Just keep it very short, sweet, and simple, so it's not getting lost. And a lot of people are just kind of like giving you like this response, but they really don't know what just came out of your mouth, because either they can't relate by way of not knowing the vocabulary that you use, right? We all have different jargon. It may also come down to accent. I'm getting that with this Pentacles energy and the Hierophant, different cultures. And so they just don't get what you mean to say right now. So just go a little bit slower. But as far as your spirituality, I feel like mantras and telling yourself affirmations on a daily basis for the next few weeks is going to really help you, especially if you've been in a place where your anxiety has been creeping up on you and interfering with your ability to function, right? But things look really good. The High Priestess comes when you stop trying so hard to figure out the answer or to be right about everything. You get insights and some enlightenment. So I feel like you're going to be having those moments, right? You're going to have a little whiff of good luck. Things can be falling into your lap. Just don't get carried away with this energy. That's definitely what's coming through, Gemini. Don't get carried away with whatever good comes into your life, especially if you just filed your taxes. Be very careful with what it is that you plan to do with your money, and don't tell too many other people how much you get back in your return, because you can definitely burn a hole in your pocket, and I don't think that you guys want that at this time, okay? But that's what's coming through, Gemini. So if this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need to. But if I don't hear from you, then please just take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again. Ciao.